Welcome back to Mortal Kombat X. This is Ant-Man 2050, and once again we're going to be talking about what I believe should happen for Mortal Kombat 11. And once again, I want to say there's going to be about a 2-year skip. Now, I don't really want to go into what I really think should happen in Mortal Kombat 11, because I would like to save that until either I'm done with all these videos, or, if best case scenario, I was to be working for NetherRealm Studios, which I would love to do so. I actually do have Mortal Kombat 11 all figured out for a plotline for you. That includes every character that's in this game, plus 11 new characters. Some are completely original, some being characters that have just been reskinned, characters that we've heard of or seen before in Mortal Kombat. Anyways, the character that we're speaking about today is going to be Sonya Blade. Now, Sonya Blade, I believe, completely is going to return for Mortal Kombat 11. She makes it very clear that retirement isn't something she's ready for, and isn't something she's really interested in yet. I can see Sonya actually coming back and reprising her role as the head of the Special Forces. Sonya is actually going to play a major part in dealing with a lot of the social elements that are going on in Mortal Kombat 11. This being said, there's a lot of things that were left on the table in Mortal Kombat X. One of the biggest things being several different refugee groups that are in Earthrealm right now, that are going to play a pretty major role, I think, in the plot line that we got going on for Mortal Kombat 11. Along with that, there's a lot that you can still teach to Cassie and the rest of the Special Forces unit. I believe that a lot of Mortal Kombat 11 is going to be focused on the other realms. We're actually going to be dealing a lot less with Earthrealm, but that doesn't mean that these characters aren't going to be important for that. After all, the Special Forces are dealing directly with what's going on with Outworld and Kotal Khan's rise to power. I don't see that stopping, even though the elements of Mortal Kombat 11 are going to be dealing with some of the other realms. And yes, for those people who don't really realize, there is more than 4 realms. We've actually already established them in other Mortal Kombat games. We don't even have to really begin or build new realms to do this. This being said, I want to say her role is going to be that of a mentor, but it's also going to be a complete combatant for the game. I don't see any element of needing to get rid of her for Mortal Kombat 11, although, who knows? Storylines have to be told, and sometimes that means you have to do dark things. But having a little bit more time with her and Cassie together would be fantastic. And we pretty much saw Johnny Cage as the lead in the Special Forces, so it'd be kind of nice to see Sonya taking over that role. Along with that, as we were talking about last video, let's just say, for instance, we're not ready for Mortal Kombat 11. Now, I'm not saying in any way to not do Mortal Kombat 11 and instead do a Special Forces game, because that would be terrible. But if you were to do Special Forces, once again, Sonya Blade would actually play a major role in the story. We don't have to have her being the heroine who needs to be saved. After all, I think most people are pretty sure, pretty much know that Sonya is not that kind of character to start with. Sonya rarely needs to be rescued. And it would be nice to have a game where that's not the case, i.e. Mortal Kombat 2, so on and so forth. Either way, I believe Sonya Blade to be a really powerful character, and I think her elements for the next game would be great. I think she'll play a really big part in how we see Earthrealm. After all, Raiden has been quite a bit changed by the end of Mortal Kombat X. So he's not going to be looking out for Earthrealm the way that he used to. It's actually going to mean that the Earth Special Forces have to actually get off themselves and do it. And I think Sonya would be definitely the character that I could see doing that. Either way, what do you guys think? Is Sonya a character that you'd like to see continue? You know, do you like the way that they portrayed her in Mortal Kombat 11? I kind of would have liked to see her do a lot more. I think her variants are fantastic, though. And it is interesting to me to see that they decided to give her wrist gauntlets to be able to pull off her special moves. Seems like they're worried about making sure that we understand that Earthrealm characters can't just magically do energy blasts, which is a little strange, but, you know, I understand what they're trying to go for. Let me know in the comments below if you think that Sonya should be coming back, if she was one of your favorite characters. What do you think she should be doing in Mortal Kombat 11? Myself, I have a lot of ideas of how she would be used. I think she'd be a fantastic new or extra addition to the game if she kept on the roster. And honestly, I don't see any reason to get rid of her. Also, let me know what you think about Mortal Kombat Special Forces. Sonya being in there as the head and chief could be a great new role for her. Along with that, she's really well done. She'd be completely playable in the game. The days of having, you know, some of our female characters as just kind of background, they're done. Sonya is actually one of the most powerful female characters in the Mortal Kombat story for Mortal Kombat X. Downside is, she really doesn't get to shine very much. She doesn't get her own chapter, and honestly doesn't have a whole lot of dialogue. That needs to change. And for Mortal Kombat 11, it definitely would. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Hit me up in the bottom if you like Sonya Blade. If you're interested in seeing what the ideas for a Special Forces game would be. And of course, NetherRealm, if you're listening, one job. I have Mortal Kombat 11 figured out. This is Ant-Man 2050 speculating on Mortal Kombat 11. We'll catch you next time.